Hi everyone, this is Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop, and today we're going to do some Lenormand and Tarot. This video is for your love and relationships. These are the Lenormand cards, and these are the Tarot cards. We are going to do some pick a card readings, but first I will explain the differences in the decks.
As well, and welcome to the show. Now let's explain a little bit about your cards.
Yeah, so I have the Lenormand that you were talking about. Lenormand is a French German system. It's about 100 years old now.
I love the history.
And it's a 36 card deck. And the difference between Lenormand and Tarot is Lenormand has symbols. Okay,
That's what I love
so
about
whereas
it.
if you look at Tarot, if I compare Tarot has the different suits. Tarot is a little bit like playing cards where you have the different suits, so you have the cups and the swords.
Yeah.
And Tarot is 78 cards.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas Lenormand is 36. So Lenormand is a much more specific symbolic system.
My preference.
It's very pictorial. So with the cards, like for example, you have a whip. A whip would mean punishment or repetitive difficulty, right? And then you might have the flowers. So the flowers is a gift or something pretty. Or the fish could be something abundant. So they work symbolically, almost like dream symbols in a way.
Yes, very much.
Or teacup symbols even.
Yeah.
So often when you use these cards, the symbols collide together. So for example, if you had whip and birds together, that could be a lot of chatter. Okay, it could be nasty talks. It could be being a troll on Facebook.
You read these like it's your first language.
Yeah.
Paris reads these and he in the symbolism and of course gets the messages from the spirit all at once whilst he's doing the readings for you. Now these cards he created himself, so you can actually purchase those online at thefortuneteller.com.au. We're going to go into tonight's theme now.
Okay, so let's get to the readings. First we're going to do some Lenormand and then we're going to do some tarot readings. So think of your love life and let's get going. So we're going to focus with the Lenormand cards first. So think of your love question and be clear about what you actually want to know. After you think about the question that you want to know, choose one of the following decks. So let your intuition guide you. Did you want 1, 2, 3, or 4? So choose now. If you chose number 1, we're going to shuffle the cards for you. Think of your question. Make sure it's about love and relationships. And we're going to lay out the cards. So you got the man card. You got the books. Got the mice, the garden, and the stork. Okay, so if you are a male, the man card is you. If you are a female, the man card is the person you are thinking of, so it's not you. So it shows man, book, secretive man, mice, hiding out. So it shows someone is hiding out, not being forthright, hiding in the corners. If you think of mice, they hide in the corners and they're nervous. So it looks like someone is unwilling to be courageous. Mice can also tend to be something eating away at the person as well. Now the next card is the garden, which is the public. So hiding out, not wanting to be known or seen in the public. And then we've got the stork. Stork can represent two things. A new beginning could represent travel as well. So this one looks like it could be someone that you're interested in who's not willing to be known or seen, or perhaps is secretive, or perhaps you need to find out more about this person. It also shows they're kind of unwilling to be seen out in public. There's a nervousness about them with the mice in the middle. It's a little bit like when you say, are you a man or a mouse? So if you're a woman waiting for a guy to come sort of forward, I don't think this guy's going to sort of come out for you and kind of connect with you. Seems like he's shy or hiding out. If you are the guy, if you are the man in this reading, then it looks like you're not really willing to come out and pursue your love life. It seems like you're shy or hiding or not being courageous. So to me, this one means that you're not really pulling forward. The stalk means perhaps you need to try something new or go in a new direction. It could also mean it's time for a new chapter. Sometimes it could also mean traveling as well. Now, sometimes the stalk means be careful of going back over old ground as well, because sometimes stalk can mean repeating a pattern, because stalks go back to their same nest year after year. So the negative would be kind of going back around in circles, expecting a different result. If you chose number 2, shuffling your cards, think of your love question. Got the fish, the woman, the house, the key, and the lily. Interesting. So if you're the female, if you're a woman, you are the woman card. And if you are a man asking about love, then this woman card would be the person of your desire. So it shows woman, plenty, fish, money. So it shows someone who's focused on money and abundance. It's pretty good. Sometimes the fish could be about circulating and being out there with people because it's plenty. Also, you have the house. So it represents family and stability. So you may be focusing a lot on family and stability and money and your own wealth and happiness and well-being, which is quite good. Then we have the key and the lily, which is also quite good. The lily represents beauty and being open. I find that the lily in a love question represents attraction, being available, being seen and noticed, because if you think of it, it's a flower, and flowers are there to attract bees. So this is about being open to new attractions or being open to your own attraction. The key is definitely opening things up. Also, the lily can represent sexuality, so feeling sexy, feeling more connected to your body and your pleasure, and also being available to people. So it's a very good combination. The house and the lily can be a little bit conservative, and then the fish and the lily and the key are telling you to be open. So it's almost like a balancing of being sort of conservative and then being open and available. So there's a nice mixture of the two sides of you. I think with the house in the middle, just be careful of being too serious. Sometimes I see the house as being a little bit old-fashioned or stuck in the past in the sense of family traditions. So just be aware of that. But I do see the lily being quite a nice card for love. So open up, see what you get, see what you attract. If you chose number 3, think of your love life, think of your question, shuffling the cards. Got the clouds, the clover, the cross, the whip, and the snake. Oh dear, what a combination. So we start off with the clouds, which is showing a lot of confusion and not being very clear. Then you've got a bit of luck with the clover. Clover can mean a little bit of fun, a little bit of luck. But then you've got the cross that's killing that off. So it looks like you're not having much fun. Looks like you're stuck in your head, thinking too much, feeling burdened with the cross, not looking at the bright side of things. Then you've got the whip. The whip is repetitive punishment. So you do have to be aware if you are just sort of punishing yourself or maybe hooked on someone, or the way of thinking is sort of negative or blocked, and you just keep repeating the punishment and the negative thoughts and the anxiety. and the guilt. So it looks like you need a sort of like a rebirth here. Then you've got the snake at the end, which is again showing toxic behavior, entanglements, perhaps a third person interfered. It doesn't show a lot of freedom and love and joy here. It's showing a lot of anxiety and stress, and these cards can't really allow love to blossom or bloom. So it's almost like you need to really do a big spring clean and sort of find fun and find love within yourself again. Clear your mind, start a fresh page, let go of entanglements, move forward. If a relationship is just complicated, you might have to let it go and not be tangled up in it. There's no luck here. It looks like it's all doom and gloom. If you chose number 4, think of your love life, think of your love question, and we're taking out some cards now. So you've got sky, tower, stars, birds, and moon. So starting off with the sky, looks like you've had to let go of something in the past, perhaps a past relationship. Scythe often means cutting away, and it can also just mean hard work and a harsh time, like things were hard work and difficult. Then you go into another difficult love card, the Tower. Tower tends to stand alone and tends to be walled off. So perhaps you've had a time when you've been kind of not allowing anything in or anyone in as well. So this one looks a little bit like isolation and time out, and perhaps letting go of a past ending. The next cards ahead of you are more hopeful. You have the stars and the birds. Now this combination can represent you networking. Stars means getting out there, seeing many stars, plenty to choose from. Birds is about socializing, talking, networking. Stars and birds together can also mean internet dating and being involved in social media or social groups, or getting involved in different things such as different events. The last card in this line is the moon. Moon can mean kind of like emotional ups and downs, but it can also represent meeting lots of people as well. The Lenormand moon card sometimes represents being recognized or being seen by the public or by many. So with the stars, the birds, and the moon, this really shows a need to kind of get out there and perhaps date, mingle, and meet. Get away from that tower. The tower is sort of like a lonely card. So the stars and the birds are telling you to get out there and, connect with others and socialize, and perhaps don't be too serious straight away. Okay, so that was the Lenormand Learner's Deck. This deck is a deck I've designed, and it's available from me as well. Next, we go into tarot. So now we do some tarot love readings. Now you can ask a follow-up question to your previous reading, or you can ask a totally new question. So here we have 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let your intuition choose the number that you're drawn to. Now again, this is going to be about your love life, so think of the question clearly and then choose your number. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, which is it going to be? If you chose number 1, think of your love question, and I'm shuffling the cards. Shuffling the cards. You got the Hermit and the Moon and the 4 of Swords, the 5 of Cups and the Magician. Wow. So let's start with the Hermit first. So the Hermit usually represents time out and time to yourself. So this is almost like the opposite of a relationship card. It's almost like following your own light and going deeper within yourself. And then you have the Moon card, which is all about reflection. Sometimes it is about thinking of the past, but it is a bit like an inner world, inner reflection energy. Then we have the Four of Swords, which is again another sort of like go within type of card. The Four of Swords represents retreat, heal and retreat. So this already looks like a time for you to really sort of complete the past and sort of consolidate what's happened in the past, and it's a bit like an inner journey so far. Then you've got the Five of Cups, which looks like someone's upset again about the past and about what's been spoiled or spilled. So this card is sort of suggesting that you deal with what's happened and deal with your sorrow, and then build a bridge and move over it, get over it. Then you've got the Magician, which is emphasizing this. The Magician is about self-empowerment and mastering yourself, and then it's about creating magic in the future and what you want to do next. This spread does not look like a relationship question. Actually, it looks more like empowering yourself and working through upsets. If you chose number 2, I'm shuffling your cards and think of your love question. You've got the Empress, and then the Devil, and then you have the Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords, and Seven of Pentacles. So the Empress starts off the spread. Empress is quite a good card for a love question because it often means healthy, means beauty, it can be fertility, it could also be self-care and creating a home environment. But this one's paired up with the Devil. The Devil card can be a blockage or some sort of negativity, could even be holding on to something that isn't good for you, or even addicted or chained to some negative type of behavior. The Devil card could be good card in love if it's with good cards, if it's with a surplus of good cards, because then it can turn into sexual attraction and lust. But as you can see, we have a mixed sort of set of cards here. The middle card is the Ace of Wands. Now this can be a new beginning and a fresh start, a new energy. It can also represent passion, male sex drive. Now when we pair this up with the Devil card, this can represent lust and attraction and maybe sexual interest. When we also pair it up with the Seven of Swords on the other side of it, we can see a tricky character here, someone who's a player and perhaps being a bit dishonest. So this one means be careful of attracting a player or someone who is not aligning with what you want. The Seven of Pentacles at the end shows patience. It's almost like waiting for your garden to grow. So it's almost like saying to you, be patient and wait for the right fruits and the right flowers, and just be careful of attracting a player. Or alternatively, it could be that you may say you want something, like you want a relationship, but you may be the one that's being the player yourself. So this is going to require some self-examination and some patience. If you chose number 3, shuffling your cards, think of your love question. You got the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Wow, what a nice set of cards. So we've got the Ace of Cups, which is the beginnings of love, the flowing energy of love, and the Two of Cups represents partnership, connection, meeting. The Ten of Cups seems to consolidate all of this and makes things very strong and united. It's almost like wishes and dreams come true. There's unity with the Ten of Cups as well as with the Two of Cups. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about offering an opportunity. Usually this is more of a money card, but it can represent an offer and something stable because the pentacle is like a diamond or a piece of gold. Then you've got the Emperor. Emperor in this kind of question shows a man or a partner who is strong and stable and is serious and wants to make things work. Usually it's a person who is successful, powerful and well established and very good at achieving things and being there. The Emperor is usually a strong, stable male presence. This looks like a very, very good spread. If you chose number 4, shuffling your cards, so think of your love question, get very clear with what you're asking. So you've got the Death card, the Justice, the Chariot, the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. So this looks like quite a mixed sort of reading. So the Death card at the beginning shows an ending and letting go, perhaps letting go of the past, finishing one chapter to begin another. Then you go into the Justice card, which is all about balance and being logical and looking at the evidence of things, clearing away fantasy or illusion and just looking at the what's so and what's really there. The Chariot to me is saying here self-empowerment, moving forward, progressive. This could also represent travel or adventure or just pulling yourself together. Then you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is a nice card for love. It represents meeting people, support, opportunity, connections, and then the 4 of Cups. To me, this is sort of saying you may need to keep looking, seeing what else is out there. It also tells you to avoid fantasy or illusion and keep a reality check. And I think that's also emphasized with the Justice card at the beginning, sort of telling you to look at reality and facts and figures rather than your thoughts and feelings and fears and doubts. This one to me looks like you're heading towards something good with the Chariot and the 10 of Pentacles, but it also tells you to keep an open mind and keep being open to see what else is out there for you. Okay, so that was the Tarot Gold Sky deck that I was using. This is Paris Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop, and that was the Lenormand and the Tarot Love readings that I've done for you. This is Paris Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop.